Today, I am sharing with you 6 of the best meal crafting recipes that you absolutely need to know more about. These exquisite meals come with some amazing buffs that will aid you in reaching endgame with ease. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to drop a like, comment, and subscribe. For my returning viewers, you drop a like, comment, and subscribe too. Let's jump into it and make you the next top chef of Pandora. So first on our list is the Novoa's mushroom pie. This is by far the greatest recipe for gathering and harvesting. So it comes with Forager, which gives you always gain perfect gathering. You have Nimble Gathering too, which you gain an additional 15% core stats when gathering. So let's hop over to our hunter's guide. And the first thing we're going to look for is the vine mushroom. So for the vine mushroom location, we know that it's in the King Lore Forest, it's the floating mountains, and its condition is night. We're going to go ahead and pin that to the top right. And then next, we're going to go back to the hunter's guide and we're going to look up the cloud spitter seed. So seeds and then cloud spitter. So let's scroll on down. Wait a minute, alphabetical order, right? Yep, there we go. We're going to scroll on down to the seeds. Click on cloud spitter. There we go, right there. And what we know about the cloud spitter seed is it's in the upper plains, found at the Weeping Steps, and its condition is dry. So we're going to go ahead and pin that too to the top right corner. Then let's jump over to our map and find the cloud spitter location. Now you'll notice on my maps throughout this whole video that I have some markers already there because I don't produce a video that I haven't tried out what I'm presenting. Okay, so make it simple. We're going to fast travel over to the Laughter's Retreat. And once you get to Laughter's Retreat, head out the door. It is surrounded right by Cloud Spitter. So as you see, that's exactly what its name says. It spits the seed out somewhere. So you're just playing chase the seed while you're looking for this exquisite piece of material. So have your Eyethorn handy because sometimes they like to spit the seeds over the cliff. You got to dive off the cliff to go after the seed. Sometimes it goes up high. So I just make sure that my Eyethorn is available for it. So here we go. We got one that is of Exquisite and we're going to go ahead and harvest that real quick. The direction is up to harvest this, just in case you didn't know. And we got pristine and dry. So in case the first one was a little bit too fast for you, I ran it back one good time. So this is you coming out the retreat, and there you go. Just highlight real quick and you will see a few of them out there. Just run out to the end where the flutes are. And right up on that ridge, you should see a bunch of them sitting out there. I harvested a few earlier when I was looking for it. There's one right there. Let's go get this one real quick. Yep, it already spit. And let's see if we see where it lands. Yep, there we go. Normally they spit in the exact same spot as they did previously. So if you find one that commonly spits out a superior or exquisite, you know exactly where it's going to land at. And here we go. We got another exquisite one. I'm a bit greedy when harvesting, so I'm going to take that. As you see, there's one still on the ground. And that's probably from earlier when I was doing this to make sure that this location worked best. Yeah, I think it's like a superior. Yep, it is. That's a superior one, so I didn't pick it up. Now, back to the map. We're going to go and get those vine shrooms, right? So we know the vine shrooms were King Lore Forest, the floating mountains, and the condition was night. So here's my marker for floating mountains. We're going to fast travel over to the Boundless Watch real quick. It's right underneath the point. And I picked this point for 2 reasons. Because I found it to be the easiest way to describe to someone exactly where this is. But before we fly up there, let's go change it to nighttime so that we have the correct conditions. So we're going to pass the time real quick until we get to night. There we go. We got night. Love my editing, don't you? Now, we're going to go ahead and place the marker up on the mountains. And I'm going to show you why I placed the marker on the mountains. Well, of course, so that you can get there. But when you come out of this Navi camp, if you just turn towards the marker and fly directly up, you're gonna go straight to the location that I want you to go to look for these vine shrooms, so that you're not searching around all of these floating mountains looking for that exquisite vine shroom. So we're just gonna travel right on up there, okay? As you get a bit closer, I say like within the 200-meter range, you can start spamming your Navi senses to see if you can start seeing those vine shrooms. You want to kind of slow down your Ecron at this point, or you're just going to float directly in the mountains. As you see, they're popping up already. Normally, this floating mountain right here has anywhere between 4 to 5 of them there, and you'll at least get one exquisite, okay? So we're gonna float around. I just circle around real slow with this Ecron until I get them. Sometimes I spot the same one like 3 or 4 times before I get it right, but it's here. I promise you, you will always find it here. Why? Because I tested it before I put this video out. Keep on rotating around. I think I find it like, it's normally like 2 of them together, where one of them's going to be like a fine or something, and then the other one's actually exquisite. I think it's right here. Yep. So we got a fine right there, so this next one's going to be exquisite. There we go. And we're going to just fly into that. So if you're having difficulty with doing that, the easiest way is to fly your Ecron's wings directly into it, and for some reason it gathers. So we got our 2 materials that we need for this dish. Let's make our way over to the cooking station, and I'm going to show you what it does. So the first component we want to put into it, I like to do it straight from the recipe so that you can actually see exactly what you're about to build. So that's not the right one. I have so many recipes in here. As you see, I tried a lot of things to try to get to what I want. There it is, the Novoa's mushroom pie. That's what we're building. So the first thing we want to put in there is the cloud spitter seed. We're going to make sure it's exquisite. And then the vine shroom, make sure it's exquisite. If you have other items in your inventory, sometimes it will put one that's not exquisite in the slot. So always check it. And then we're going to pop this in the oven for about 425 for 3 seconds. And there you go. Look at that. We have Forager for 60 minutes. Remember, with its superior, it was only 15 minutes. And we have the Nibble Gathering 3 for 60. Next up, of course, the Nutty Pastry. Gatherer's Guidance, 60 minutes. And the Nibbles Gathering 2 for 60 minutes, which increases 15 core stats when using this one, okay? So I like this as a backup when I'm just out there looking for stuff. But as you see, we have the Eyethorn seed and the Stagfly and Nectar as the 2 components for this dish. So let's hop over to the Hunter's Guide and find out where to find these materials. So the first one we're looking for is gonna be the seed, right? Alphabetical order. I keep forgetting this thing is alphabetical order. So we're gonna go to the seed, and it's the Eyethorn seed. So what we know about the Eyethorn seed, it's found in the Clouded Forest, the Crimson Greatwood, and River's Eye. Another thing about the seed to keep in mind to help you searching for it is the Scarlet Thicket biome. That's that biome that tears up your feet, right? So we're gonna just zoom out real quick. I already know where it is because I already marked it. So I'm just gonna take you directly to it. And this, remember I told you that Scarlet Thicket biome? And look, this is probably by far the easiest one. We're going to go to the Resting Tree Lab, fast travel there. And guess what? It's right in your face. Go out the door. Let's rock. Let's go get it. Now, be careful when you're approaching this area, because remember I mentioned earlier that Scarlet Thicket, that's the stuff that burns your feet. Yeah, I said your feet. Just tears up your pinky toe. But as you see, there you go. The Eyethorn seed is right in front of us. So we're going to just hippity hop across these rocks and try to get to it. Now, this thing's a little bit difficult to harvest. As you see, it likes to snap at you and all that good stuff. Oh, another thing is when you see these flying and circling around something that you're trying to harvest, that is a quick indication that it's exquisite. If you see like 2 to 3, that means it's like superior. But if you see a bunch of them like circling around, it's exquisite. So let's just hop down and harvest this. We got it pristine and we got it dry. So we're looking good right now. Now we're gonna go back to our hunter's guide, and our next material is the Stagfly and Nectar. So we're gonna scroll on down to Nectar, the Stagfly hive. There we go. So what we know about this is the cluster's pines biome. Of course, it's in the clouded forest, and it's east of the crying giant. And the conditions, they're dry. So we're in good luck right now. So I'm gonna take you right to it. And of course, guess what? I already have the location marked, right? There it is. So if you already opened this up, we're gonna go to the hydro injector plant Charlie. If you didn't, then there's a Navi camp right there. And guess what? When you get there, it is right in your face again. I told you I was gonna make this easy. I think it's right here. Oh, it's behind it. So any of the nectars, when you're picking it, be a little bit careful. Grab what you need real quick and run out the area because they start stinging you immediately. So we're gonna go ahead and harvest this. We got it pristine, we got it dry, and we are gonna beat feet out of here. Now that we got both of what we need, head on over to your cooking station. I know you love my editing. I don't play that, just straight to the point, right? We're gonna click on the Nutty pastry, the 2 components. Make sure, remember earlier I said that if you just go from the recipe, sometimes it will just put in the top component. So we're gonna go in here real quick and make sure that I have, there we go. There's my Exquisite, Stagfly, and Nectar. And we're gonna go ahead and craft this nutty pastry. There we go. 425 for 3 seconds. And we get 60 minutes of Gatherer's Guidance and 60 minutes of Nimble Gatherer 2. There you go. Now next up, we have the notorious Relun's fish stew. So this is made with your Mudcrawler fish and the crimson mushroom. Both components are superior for this, but we're gonna make it with exquisite materials. You get Adapter Forager and Stealthy 1. That's what we're going for. But that Adapter Forager is what we really want, the gathering condition, okay? So let's head over to our hunter's guide. And first thing we're gonna do is the fish, that Mudcrawler. So the description for Mudcrawler is absolutely not helpful at all if you're trying to figure this out. So we know that this fish likes to be around water moon lilies and deep water. That's pretty much all of Pandora, or at least 70% of it. But we're gonna go ahead and pin it, and I'm gonna show you 2 locations for this fish, okay? But let's go back to the menu real quick. And for the mushroom, we're looking for the crimson mushroom. We know the crimson mushroom likes large roots, great vines. It's in the King Lore Forest, and the swamp lowlands is the biome that it's found in. Now keep in mind that swamp lowlands, because guess what? The swamp lowlands actually applies to the Mudcrawler fish also. So the first location we're gonna go to is the Falling Hunter location. This is by far most people's favorite location. You're gonna pass the time, change it to night. And normally if you turn around right from where you passed the time at, you will see these 2 mushrooms sitting here. One of them is gonna be exquisite. That simple. So we're gonna go ahead and harvest that real quick. I think this is an up slightly left directional pull for this, but pristine and nighttime condition. So we got it. There's our exquisite material. So then you're gonna go back past the time. You're gonna go and get you daylight, okay? For fishing purposes. Now, again, you're gonna turn right around from where you passed the time at, And that first major vine, you want to climb up on that vine right here. Look at that. Bet you it's superior. Oh, it's not. Okay. You're going to climb up on that vine right here. And here now at this point, you have access to 2 little small bodies of water. You see the little lilies? There you go. It's that location. Now, the second location, which is my favorite location, and just to be honest with you, it's my favorite location because instead of just getting that one fish pool that pops up every few minutes, and you might get a bio fish, you might get an octofin fish, or you might get a mudcrawler, but you might not get a mudcrawler that's exquisite. This location provides you at least 2 to 3 opportunities at one time. So I'm gonna hit all of these and we're gonna see what we're gonna get real quick. Yeah, you're right. I did record this earlier, but I don't remember exactly where I got right here. And there's the third one somewhere. And you can take your time. As long as these puddles are going, you can take your time. You don't have to rush to try to hit all of them really fast. They're not going to go anywhere. Not unless you miss the shot. That's the only time they're going to disappear. And let's check these real quick and see what we got. Can't quite remember. So that was a superior bio fish. And then here we have another superior bio fish. And then we have a mudcrawler fish, but that was just fine. So staying here a few more minutes. As you see the 3 that popped up again, more opportunities to get what we need. So we're going to hit these 3 and see what we get from them. Pretty sure. Like normally when you see one mudcrawler fish pop up, whether it's exquisite or not, that lets you know eventually you're going to get exquisite from the location. You just got to be patient with the fishing. That's if you have this much patience to sit here and fish this long, because it is a tedious little task. So let's see what we got. There we go. Exquisite mudcrawler. So we got our 2 materials that we need. And we're going to go ahead and put that exquisite mudcrawler fish in the top slot. And then our second slot, we're going to hit those, what is that? The crimson mushroom? Yeah, the crimson mushrooms. We're going to drop that in there for $2.75 for approximately 15 seconds. And voila. We have Relun's Fish Stew, 60 minutes of Adept Forager, which is the always gain the gathering condition bonus. And then of course you have Stealth 1, which is not really what we want the stew for. We want the stew for that first buff, okay? Now, if you're lazy like me sometimes and you are on a mission, you can always just come over here to the Aranahe home tree, talk to Relun himself, because guess what? It's his dish. And use some of your clan favors and purchase that exotic mudcrawler fish and that exotic crimson mushroom. And there you go. Craft your dish. Keep it moving. Next up, Thanator Niktsyey. You got it. This requires a Thanator meat, okay? And of course, it requires the Kite. Was a Kite Manta egg. I'm going to show you where both of those are. So let's head over to the menu. So the white moss forest Thanator. Sometimes it's easy to hunt, sometimes it's not. But guess what? I've tried this out numerous times before making this video. I'm going to show you exactly how to get this Thanator. Is it Thanator? Yeah, this Thanator out for you, okay? But it has the most exquisite items on it that can be used for a variety of things. So we're going to head over to the Clouded Forest. You guessed it already if you're looking at this map. That custom marker right there that I have the red paw, that's exactly where it pops up at, okay? So you can either fast travel to the field hangar, in which that's the one that I go to, or you can go to the Navi camp that's across the river. And when we get here, just turn around. It loads you into the exact same spot every single time, okay? You see? So we're gonna turn around, place our marker real quick, and we're gonna head out this break in the gate right here. Don't ask me why I'm loading my ammo. This thing makes me nervous. There we go. And I'm gonna show you something else. Like I pretty much use Yeah, I do. I use the mill that I use its body parts to craft to kill it every single time. So we're going to show you how good this actual mill works for you. And we're going to head out. Why am I still carrying my bow? Okay. Now, the little perk that some people paid attention to and some people didn't, like the first time they encountered one of these Thanators, is the white clouded smoke that appears and the sound of the heartbeat racing when you're getting close to it or you're in range. Because this is one of those animals that hunts you, you don't hunt it, okay? So you're gonna keep heading in this direction, which is towards the marker. Stay close to the rocky ridge line to your left. Those things are gonna pop up. And you see that little break right there? It's like a rock and then a fallen tree. And you see how the smoke on the screen popped up immediately? You are in its zone right now. And the heart rate is going to continuously increase. The smoke gets a little bit thicker around the edge of your screen. I just keep scanning around because this thing does not show up as an enemy marker until it's already in the air leaping at you, okay? So, and don't think that you're about to get an elaborate kill from me. I'm pretty sure it's going to whoop me like it whoops me every other time, okay? But I do get the final word because I do lay it down. I send it to Night, and there it is. There it is. So enjoy the show. I'm gonna stop talking. Enjoy the show. We're gonna get this meat. I told you it was going to be a show, right? All right, so let's grab this meat and the tooth and the bone. That bone came in at 181. That is really nice. So now that we have the glorious Thanator down, the next piece is the Kite Manta egg. So let's go back, see where this egg is located at. Shallow bog biome, the clouded forest, of course. And it's the top of, was it frill stem trees? So we're gonna go ahead and pin that real quick. So it lights up while we're searching for it. So that shallow bog biome, okay. Yep, I was there already. We're gonna zoom in. Yeah, it's Stone Cloud Alley. You see where my marker is, but we're gonna fast travel over to the Healing Lodge. Now, there's actually like 2 locations where you can get this, but I like the Healing Lodge because I'm about to show you. Once you come here, literally turn around. That's your marker real quick. All right. Literally turn around and look out and look at those frill stem trees right there. I think it's like the closest location. Okay, so we're gonna call in our Ecron real quick because it's up in the trees. And just gonna go coast over there and let's get this exquisite material. And there's a few of these trees over here. Normally the one that's like straight out has a single egg on it. It's either superior or exquisite. This one's exquisite. So let's go ahead and get this one real quick. Now I will say, if you have the space and you're initially out here harvesting, harvest a few. But for the purpose of this video, I just did a single harvest of each item, just so that I can show you quickly how to make each crafting recipe. I don't know what I just did right there. Let's try this again. We're gonna gather this, there we go. So we got it pristine and we got it dry. So now we have both materials that we need. We got the Thanator meat and we have the Kite Manta egg. So let's go on over to our cooking station. I think I just fast traveled back to the healing lodge. Wherever there's a cooking station is going to work for you. And let's stir this up real quick. We've already sauteed our olives and chopped our onions and parsley to go in this, but we're going for that Thanator Niktsyey. So again, check to make sure that they're both exquisite, and we're gonna mix this up, pop it in the oven for about 300 and slow cook it because we want that Thanator nice and tender. And there we go. And now you have your Thanator Niktsyey. So makes you move more silently for, I think that one said 52 minutes. Now, sometimes I did notice, sometimes I craft these, and normally if I get two of the same dish, that it'll come out as 52 the first time I do it. And then the second time I do it, I can give it the same exquisite materials and it comes out as something else, like 60 minutes, I think. Now, as you've seen, I moved over to the Zeswan clan's home tree, and that's because I'm going to show you another dish that you can only get from the Zeswan clan. Okay, and what that is you want to grab this Zakru milk, and you want to grab this fiery herbs. Okay, that's if you have clan favor. And then we're gonna pop over here to the stove real quick. We're gonna put these two things together. The first thing is going to be the milk. We want the exquisite one. And then the fiery herbs. We want the exquisite. And you see we have question marks because I haven't made it yet. But I'm gonna show you what you're gonna get. You're gonna like it. Voila. There you go, Top Chef again. We got a cheesy Sahena, which gives you 10% movement speed, additional 10%, and it gives you an additional 40% damage to RDA. So this is one of those meals you can pop in before you go into one of those RDA bases. Just something to keep on your radar. And then the last and final dish, this is the egg stir fry. So we're gonna go for the egg stir fry. The first material we're gonna look for is the seed. So it calls for a pale fire seed. Now, as you see, obtained from the fire seed under special circumstances. Best quality is a thunderstorm. We're gonna go ahead and pin this, but now we're gonna go and look at that fire seed real quick because I need you to know this. So you're gonna find the fire seed. That's what you're gonna look for to get this pale fire seed, okay? So it's Upper Plains, Celebration Arches, the windswept grasslands biome, okay? So pin these two. Don't worry about why we're pinning both the two of the same. I'm gonna break it down for you, okay? And then the second one is the pale Coronis egg nest, right? So found in an unknown location somewhere in the clouded forest. And again, best quality is hurricane conditions. You guys seeing a pattern yet? So, best unknown location is the Tangled Heart, okay? Right at the top. I'm gonna show you that location. You see where I have that marker at? And I'm gonna move it over to this corner right over here, but that's where we wanna go. So we're gonna fast travel to the Herbalist Keep. Okay, so we are at Herbalist Keep right now, and right there at the top of the mountain, you see where our marker is? We're gonna call in our Ekron. Now, because of the cloud of smoke, you know that we have to take our Ekron over that, so we're just gonna go straight up and get out of that smoke so that she can still fly there. I say she because I named mine Storm. You get it? Beneath still rain, Storm. Okay, we're going straight to that point, that marker that I have on the map for. Now, I will say the first time I did this was very difficult for me to find this egg. I'm pretty sure I spent at least a good hour and a half to 2 hours looking for this egg nest. But I'm going to get you as close as possible. So you want to land at the top of that tree on the top of the point of the tangled heart. And this egg nest sits in a very weird spot. So bear with me as I find it. That's bark, I think. Yeah. I'm gonna find it. And as you see where my body is, I know which angle I need to be at. So it is somewhere over here. I shall find you and show you to everyone. Nope. This is not it either. Okay. Bear with me. I probably could have done a better recording for it. But just know, go to the tangled heart and go to the very top, and it's on one of these branches that is up here. I think that's it over there. Yep. Yep, there they are. Let's go. Let's go. So I got a bit excited and almost fell off. And here is that beloved egg. We're just making a meal out of it right now. So the gathering condition of the thunderstorm. Well, actually it says hurricane on screen. Which is, I found that to be weird because in the hunter's guide, it tells you thunderstorm. On screen, it tells you a hurricane. So, but we got it. And now we're just going to fast travel back down to the herbalist. And our next location is for that pale fire seed. But we need to find the fire seed first, right? The fire seed is right there in between celebration arches. You're going to find a whole patch of them. So we're going to fast travel to Celebration Point first. Another Navi camp. Call in our Ecron. And then we're just going to hop on our Ecron and we're going to head over this little mountain ridge right here into the celebration arches. So we're looking for a patch. It's like at least 6 or 7 of them together of the fire seed. And they're going to be between the 2 arches right here in front of us or underneath us, well, above us because we're underneath them in this open field area. So I kind of put my marker as a generalization because I never get it right. Each time I come up here, I never get it right. So I know that my marker is set directly in the middle of where these are normally found. Let's turn around real quick and go back towards my marker. Where are you? I assure you it's in this area. Yep, there it is. Looks like I dove a little bit too far into the arches. So there's our patch of fire seed. We're gonna hop down. First thing we're gonna do is find which one is exquisite, or which few are exquisite. Normally there's a few of them in here that's exquisite. Look at that cloud spitter. There we go. We got an exquisite one. So we know to harvest the fire seed, you need to shoot the fire seed, right? So we're going to, and it's raining. I think the fire seed conditions is normally thunderstorm. So it's daytime and we have heavy rain. Don't worry about that. We're going to fix that here shortly. Then we're going to fix that by using one of the meals we've already prepared that gives us the perfect gathering condition. So let me, I don't quite remember which one it's called. There it is. It's the Relun's fish stew. So add depth forager, it gives you the perfect gathering condition. So now we don't care about the weather during this whole process, okay? Because we're gonna get the whole thing. So let's equip our bow real quick. And we're gonna shoot that exquisite one. Set us a little fire. Get it. Burn, baby, burn. There we go. That all lights up really, really, really fast. So, see, they're still lit up. Now pay attention here. We are in Celebration Arches still. We have a thunderstorm. Don't really care because this is like for hurricane conditions, right? So what does it say? It says daytime and it says thunderstorm for the pale fire seed. But under special circumstances, what are those special circumstances? I'm about to show you. So you want to equip your shotgun with the shock ammo, okay? Approach that. You see how it still says fire seed? Great. We're going to shoot it, shock it a little bit. And now we're going to reapproach this. And it should say, look at that, pale fire seed. Still Rain has figured it out for you. And the grab point is up on this. And look, we have Pristine and we have Thunderstorm checked off. We are good to go. So let's go over to the cooking station real quick. And the first thing we want to put in this meal is, well, I guess we're going to do it from the recipe here for egg stir fry. But the first thing you want to put in there is that pale fire seed, Exquisite. And then your second item is that pale Coronis egg, Exquisite. And we're going to go ahead and craft this. Throw it in the oven for 475 for about 30 seconds. It needs 30 seconds, okay? You want your veggies nice and smooth. Let it breathe. And there you go. We have an additional 20% core stats on gathering. 20%, that's the highest one you can get. And we got it for 60 minutes. So let me know in the comments which recipe is your go-to recipe. Don't forget to check my description box so you can jump directly to a recipe that you're looking for. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more gaming tips and tricks. Check out my playlist covering everything from beginner's tips to gear to weapons to skill tiers to defeating the RDA easily. My next video will be covering me using some of these crafting recipes to craft some in-game gear and weapons. So don't forget to subscribe to check out that video. Until next time, this is Still Rain, be breezy, and I will catch you on the next one.